you pleased with or disappointed by the Brexit result?
I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm disappointed the fact that people my age, the younger people, didn't really go and vote. I think it was only 35% of us actually went and voted. That's terrible. As well as the fact that a lot of the older generations decided to leave, which I thought was quite disappointing. Seeing as there were generations where their parents were the ones fought in the World War with other European nations to fight for unity and what's right. So I was quite disappointed, but it is what it is. This is a democratic country, and I think the best thing to do now is just get on with it, and to just deal with what we got in hand instead of complaining. Just try to do as much possible so that we can soften whatever economic blow it's going to have on the UK economy. So that's my thought.
Yes. How will Brexit affect your life?
My life. I'm actually going to third year of university, and I know that Europe actually brings in quite a lot of work. And because I study sciences, I'm probably going into science sector anyway. The fact that Europe actually pays back a lot of rebates that goes into research, it's probably going to affect me in finding a job in the future in science, in anything science related. Also, there's the fact that obviously there's immigration, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. And the fact that if I was to visit Europe, I travel in Europe quite often. And I'm not sure how that's going to affect me, but I do hope that I don't get held up in certain European nations where they say, oh, hang on a second, you are not part of the European Union, therefore you need a visa, or things like that. So it'll be quite interesting to see what's going to happen. As obviously Brexit, I'm not sure what's going to happen to the UK economy as a whole, but there's a lot of forecasts that I think that UK's economy is actually going to slow down. As a whole for the UK, that's not good. And obviously, if demand falls, the supply falls, companies can't have the jobs, and they're less likely to hire, especially new graduates. So that's going to affect me again as a whole. So I'm hoping that it's not going to affect my age group so much adversely, but I'm kind of on board on that.
What are the merits and demerits of the EU?
As far as the merit is concerned, obviously there is free trade, free movement of labour. I know the fact that UK actually has the most amount of people out of the UK living in Europe. Obviously, like I said, they put a lot more demand into it. It's a lot more easier for indirect investments. So as the economy as a whole, I think the EU is a very good thing because it boosts trade, it boosts growth, it boosts demand. And EU is the biggest trade partner of the UK. So I still think that as a whole of Europe, UK has a better chance of standing up and surviving in the world. The demerits to the EU, other than the fact that maybe it's too uncontrolled. I can see why the British people might be a bit sceptical of the immigration laws and the rules and regulations here. You do let in quite a lot of, like the UK do let in quite a lot of people uncontrollably, which isn't good especially for the working class. But as far as I'm concerned, I believe that immigration is good. I believe that we actually get a lot more skilled immigrants than we do people that maybe do not want, maybe illegal immigrants, whatnot. So yeah, and maybe perhaps a large European company might be driving smaller businesses out. But I still think that as a whole of the economy, if the EU was to stay in, or if the UK was to stay in the EU, we're going to be better off, like I said, about the whole economic things, and therefore small business actually be more encouraged to. So yeah, that's my.
Yes. Have you feeling changed since the referendum?
No, not at all.
No?
Not at
Yes.
all.
What are your opinions on immigration in the UK from the EU?
I mean, I'm an immigrant myself. I'm not from the EU, but I do know that immigrants from the EU are skilled. Some of them are very skilled. Some of them might not be, but still, I think the UK need both skilled and unskilled labourers to come into the country and work for the UK to kickstart the economy again. Because the UK is still recovering from, the credit crunch and the triple recession that has just happened. And I think positively about it. I mean, in my university myself, there's a lot of European Union students in my university, and they're all very, very clever bunch. Part of them are like stay in the UK, and some of them are like medics, the future doctors. Some of them are lawyers. Some of them are very good engineers. All the people that UK needs to run the economy pretty smoothly.
What do you believe the main causes of Brexit?
I'd have to say probably the mixture of immigration and recession. Obviously, from the general elections, UKIP gained a huge amount of popularity. I think a lot of people are scared about the immigration coming in, especially a lot of working class people as well as pensioners. Are quite a lot scared about that. They're very nationalistic, and they want to protect the British value and whatnot. Other than that, I think because of the recession, it's quite easy to blame someone. It's quite easy to have a scapegoat to blame everything onto. And I think EU has been on the end of that, especially like Romanian Polish immigrants. They say, well, I think that's a stupid, silly thing. But yeah, I think that is one of the two major things: just the recession and the fact that there was a lot of immigration coming in.
What do you think about Cameron? David Cameron.
David Cameron is an interesting character. I think as far as Conservative Prime Ministers went, I think he did okay. He wasn't the best, he wasn't the worst. I think I prefer him over Theresa May for sure. But yeah, he has promised and said a lot of things, and he hasn't really delivered some of them, and he's delivered some of them too much. And, I mean, I'm politically quite central. I wouldn't quite identify myself in any of the parties in the UK, but I actually think he did an okay job regarding the recession, recovering from the recession. But he did hit the working class quite hard from the austerity measures, which I still think was probably needed. But he could have done something more to soften the blow. So yeah, that's David Cameron is kind of borderline for me. Yeah.
How do you think the result will change Britain?
The result will change Britain. Hopefully for the good, for the better. But obviously, I think there's going to be a falling growth, falling demand in housing markets, falling demand in the British good. I suppose it really does depend on the how much uncertainty there is about this whole thing. How much the EU election depends on the UK, how much UK actually depends on the EU. It'd just be interesting to see the response of the British people of Brexit. I think that's going to be the biggest factor in you getting affected by Brexit.
What's your trust in the government since referendum took place?
I don't trust the government in the first place anyway. Sorry, politicians, I don't really trust the politicians. There's too many agendas, too much politics. If the economists run the country, then it's going to be maybe slightly difficult. Their politicians, they all have their own agenda. Even the very, very left, like Jeremy Corbyn, they all still have their own agenda. So I try not to put too much into the media or politicians. I just try to make my own things. Just try and analyse as many things possible. So I'll say I didn't have any trust in them in the first place, so it doesn't matter, I suppose. That's my answer.
Yes, finish.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.